All right, let's get it going. Mic check. Levels look good. Beauty check. I look fucking fantastic. So, let's just make sure I'm live. We'll get her going. There I am. Boom. All right. So, we're going to start this off in 3, 2, 1.
All right, we have some breaking news. President Biden's aides have reportedly found now a second batch of classified documents at a new location. That is being reported this hour by NBC News. Fox News is working to confirm that. But again, this is reportedly a second batch of classified documents at a different location from the Biden Penn Center, the think tank that he formed after he was vice president. So we're going to keep you updated. We're going to get some new information on that, and we will bring it to you.
Second batch. Just, yeah, he only had one box in a one box in a closet, and he didn't know about it. And it wasn't even that many documents. So, you guys, just stop being so over dramatic. Trump had so many documents. This wasn't even that many documents. And then it's fucking insane that the locations. Now, I already did an episode yesterday. Or was it yesterday or the day before? I don't even know what day it is. But my last episode, I was talking about how Trump's documents that he, according to him, declassified, which is very plausible because he can do that. He has the ultimate authority on declassifying documents. Were in it was almost like a safe room in Mar-a-Lago. Right? Like you had to go through a tunnel to get to it. And there was like all these fucking security measures. Donald Trump has the Secret Service on site 24/7 because that's where he lives. I'm sure he has private security. Like he's a fucking billionaire. They all do. Like it's the amount of hate that Donald Trump gets. You think that he's not protecting his property at all times. It's fucking insane to think that. So Trump had all these documents. He has correspondence confirming that he was cooperating with the FBI. The National Archives knew about all this. And that's what everybody freaked out about, right? That he just had the documents, right? Like, not the location. But Joe Biden has these documents. He's not allowed to declassify them. He has absolutely no authority to declassify. And they were in a fucking closet. In a room, in the this think tank. It wasn't actually at the University of Penn. It's a weird thing. I'm getting all these different mixed messages, but these are unimportant details. But they're at a think tank in a closet, sitting for years, in a room that nobody's entering. Right. So how do we know that nobody entered it? Like, maybe that's just where he went to read all these classified documents. But either way, it doesn't matter. If they're sitting in a fucking room, in a closet, anybody can break into that room. It's not Mar-a-Lago. There's no Secret Service. There's no fucking security guards. There's no guns protecting these secret documents. It's in a fucking closet. And that was bad. That was bad 24 hours ago. It's really fucking bad that he had documents in his fucking garage. In his garage. And you can see these documents in one of his fucking campaign ads. You can't make this shit up. He's literally like in a political ad. He's like backing his Corvette up, and you just see this like stack of papers and boxes. Now, I've had these fucking wackadoo liberals trying to justify it 6 ways from Sunday. And the latest one that I just heard, the recently is, in order for it to be espionage, he had to know. He had to know that they were there. And I was like, there is no plausible scenario where Joe Biden didn't know that those documents were there because he has to request them. And this fucking retard was like, no, I've had a box of VHSs in my garage for years that I didn't know about. I don't know what's in my boxes. And I'm like, dude, unless you're talking about how those VHS tapes have top secret classified information on them and you requested them from the White House and stuck them in your garage like months after you actually left office, then we're talking about what's called a false equivalency here. Like, this is insane that I've actually seen, I will give credit where credit is due. I have seen one person on Twitter. Let me just pull it up here because I just retweeted it. And I want to give respect to this person. They said, I'm a Joe Biden supporter, but no, I'll fucking paraphrase. Oh, here we go. I'm a Biden supporter, and yes, there clearly is wrongdoing. He took classified documents and hid them. That's a federal crime, and people have been locked up for that, historically speaking. That's a Biden supporter holding Biden accountable and admitting what Biden is accused of, because it's still an accusation. No charges have been filed. A special prosecutor has been assigned, but no charges have been filed yet. So we have to go by rule of law and not say that he's guilty. We say that he's accused. But that Biden supporter is doing what people should do. If Trump was caught with his pants down and there was absolutely no rational explanation as to what he did, I would have been like saying that it's wrong. The problem is, Trump's situation was easily explainable. He can declassify the documents. He has correspondence where he's like in touch with the FBI, and they raided his home even though he was cooperating. It was bullshit. It was a political hit job. It just was. I mean, if I see somebody with a grasp on reality and common sense that like is saying like things that I agree with, I'm going to give them credit. I don't blindly hate the left. I say this all the time. People like me think people on the left are people with bad ideas. People on the left think I'm a bad person with ideas. And that's the disconnect. And I know it's not all encompassing. You don't say that about every single person, but when I speak in generalizations and majority. Like, it's a lot of people hate me because I'm a Trump supporter. And to those people, I say, fuck your feelings. I don't give a shit. But anyway, let's go. Let's take a little rewind to Biden answering questions after the first batch, and then we'll compare it to Peter Doocy hemming him up about the second batch. Here we go.
When my lawyers were clearing out my office at the University of Pennsylvania, they set up an office.
Okay, once again, I don't even think it's at the University of Pennsylvania. It's a think tank in Washington. This motherfucker doesn't know anything. He doesn't know where anything is. He doesn't know anything, right? So he requested the documents because that's the only way he could have them, right? He didn't literally, unless he literally stole them, which is worse. He requested them, and they're not at the University of Pennsylvania. They're at a think tank in Washington. I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
For me, secure office in the Capitol. The 4 years after being vice president, I was a professor at Penn. They found.
I don't know about this. I'm gonna be the first to say I'm not 100% sure about this, but I don't think that after Joe Biden was president, he was a professor. I think that might have been line number 2 in like 5 seconds. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe somebody in the chat wants to Google it and tell me if I'm wrong. But I don't think that we were dealing with Professor Joe Biden after he was vice president. Can somebody correct me on that if I'm wrong? Did he just say that he was a fucking professor? It's like when like his wife's a doctor of education. Yeah, if I have a heart attack, I'm not calling her.
Some documents in a box in a locked cabinet.
So he says locked cabinet.
Or at least a closet.
At least a closet. It's a locked cabinet. It's a locked cabinet. Or at least a closet. Something. You know, Who gives a fuck? They're only top secret classified documents that I am withholding, that I'm not supposed to be in possession of. He's not supposed to have them. Point blank and period. We can end this fucking argument right now. We can scrap this whole entire episode. We don't have to talk about shit because he's not supposed to have anything. Nothing. He's not supposed to have a fucking thing. He was the vice president. He was not the president. When presidents leave office, they can declassify shit and take it with them. The vice president can only declassify things that he classified. He can declassify his own classified material. That is not what he was in possession of. When you classify something, it's like a note to a foreign leader, and you want it classified so other people can't read it. He could declassify it and bring it home with him. That's not what he was in possession of. And not only was it in the garage and in the fucking locked cabinet / closet, apparently those are the same fucking thing, but he also had, I think there was one document in a room across from the garage. So we have 3 separate locations. So this argument that he didn't know he had them is fucking ridiculous. You can't make the argument, right? There's only so many, like, I don't know how that got there. I don't know. It's like when your mom catches you with weed. Like, I don't know how it got here. Well, what the fuck? Did a fucking bird drop it through the fucking window? Did it land perfectly into the pipe? Did the lighter fall off the table? Ignite? Did you trip and your lips magically just landed right on the end of the pipe and then you fucking inhaled? Because I'm looking at you and you're high as shit. What do you mean you don't know? He got caught red fucking handed. Right? And his argument is what a teenager says when they get caught. Oh, fucking, I don't know. My lawyers told me they were there. I guess they were there. I don't know. If you say they were there, then I guess they were there. Dude, you're the fucking president. Do better.
And as soon as they did, they realized there were several classified documents in that box. And they did what they should have done. They immediately called the archives.
Now, I'm going to tell you exactly why your lawyers called the archives immediately. Because they don't want to be sitting in a cell next to you. They could not fucking believe that they found them. And they were like, they probably had a conversation with each other. And they were like, listen, I'm not going down for this motherfucker. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, this is espionage. This is a crime. People have been locked up for this for 10 years for accidentally taking classified documents away from the fucking White House. This is not a fucking small thing. This is bad. And your lawyers threw you under the fucking bus to protect themselves, not because it was the right thing to do. Like, it was the right thing to do, coincidentally, but they're lawyers. They just knew the law, and they knew that they would be fucked if they withheld. Like, you already withheld the documents. You requested them. You put them in a place that they shouldn't have been. The only place that they're allowed to be is a SCIF, even if you could have them, which you can't.
Turned them over to the archives, and I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to that office.
I was surprised to learn that there were government records in my think tank. Y'all know what a think tank is, right? It's where you bring government shit. Just saying.
But I don't know what's in the documents. My lawyers have not.
Nobody is arguing that point, Joe. You don't know where the fuck you are half the time. Nobody's debating that you didn't know shit. I mean, you did at one time when you committed the crime, but I think that you've lost a memory a minute since you've been in office, and I don't think you got many left, brother.
Suggested I ask what documents they were. I've turned over the boxes. They've turned over the boxes to the archives, and we're cooperating fully with the review, and which I hope will be finished soon, and there'll be more detail at that time.
Now, I want you to pay really close attention to what he does here, because he tries to get out of having a fucking senile moment, and I'll break it down for you.
The first question now, I forgot.
He's being truthful. He forgot the first question, even though he just answered the first question. He just answered the first question. And the reporter had a couple of follow-up questions. And he said he just forgot the question that he answered. Now look at his face. He's like, yeah. What are we laughing about?
Your first question related to?
That's the part where he's about to fucking make it. Like, your first question was, like, I forgot the first question. Your first question was, and then he says this.
I asked if the...
I'm only joking. When my lawyer...
I'm only joking. I'm only joking. Hey, I forgot your first question. What was your first question? I'm just kidding. All right, where's that pie? Dude, this is our president. He's fucking retarded. Like, he's really, really dumb and old and stupid. And it's really embarrassing right now to be an American with that guy as as like the leader of the free world. Holy shit. And I get that Trump was embarrassing because he was so brash, but I mean, like, he got shit done, but this guy's just dumb. Anyway, so that's the interview. Those are the questions that he answered from the first batch coming out. And then you would think that, he might have some new updated information that he could tell to reporters to try to explain it away. But Peter Doocy comes in hot with this one.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President,
Okay.
classified material next to your Corvette. What were you thinking?
Let me, I'm going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week.
You got a chance right now. It's a very simple question, though. What were you thinking? And that's a really genius question. Like, Peter Doocy is not stupid. He asked that question because if Biden answered it, it would have been an admission of guilt. If Biden had answered that question, which he didn't, he's smart enough not to do that. He would have been like, I was thinking, it's a good place for him. Oh, but luckily, he's still got an inkling of fucking sense left.
People, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage.
My Corvette's in a locked garage. Bro, cool story. What is it? What is that? By the way, that garage has a lock on it. All right? So chill. Just chill out.
Okay, so it's not like you're sitting out in the street.
So the
But anyway,
was in a locked garage.
Yes, as well as my Corvette.
That's a big fuck up, what he just did. Because he's like, yeah, and my Corvette's there too. It's like, so it's foggy, but he kind of also just admitted that he knew they were there, or now he knows they were there. That's what he'll say. But the way he just answered it so snappy, it's like, yeah, they're there next to the car.
But as I said earlier this week.
All right, that's that. Peter Doocy's the fucking man. I mean, that dude does not miss. He's incredible. The way that he just traps people into saying shit, particularly press secretaries. God, Jen Psaki had to circle back 75 fucking times a week because of Peter Doocy. All right, speaking of, let's just jump right into that clip because Peter Doocy is the reason why this podcast is entitled GarageGate. Check this out.
Corinne, another one on GarageGate. What is the White House trying to hide?
Nothing.
Nothing. We aren't trying to hide shit. Everything was on the up and up. Joe Biden took some documents, and after he got caught, we told you about it. So we aren't trying to hide anything. It's like, dude, you were trying to hide. It's like, legit. They got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and everybody did the right thing after they got caught. After Biden got caught, you're all doing the right thing. I'll give that to you. After all the shady shit that you've done over the past 2 years, after you got caught in a holy fucking shit, this is career-ending moment, y'all did the right thing and turned those over to the National Archives. Oh, then you waited about 90 days to tell the public. Yeah, that's That's a little bit shady. Like, this is the problem. They found this out on what, November 2nd or 3rd? If this news dropped the day before the midterm elections, it could have swayed people. They hold on to this information on purpose. It's not a fucking surprise. And we would not know about this if the Democrats controlled the House still. Like, we just wouldn't. The only reason we know about this is because people in Congress found out about it, leaked it to the media, and that wouldn't have happened. I mean, this is just my opinion. It wouldn't have happened if they successfully stole the House too. Because, I mean, there were so many elections in the midterms that were fucking rigged. But Karine Jean-Pierre, she had a really fucking a wow moment in that same press briefing. I went nuts over this because I just couldn't believe she said it. And I caught it right in the moment. And a lot of people are focusing on something else she said. But check this out.
Initial statement from the White House came out on Monday. The president addressed this on Tuesday in Mexico City. All the conversation was about the documents in the office. However, according to the Attorney General, documents were found on December 20th in his garage in Wilmington. Why was that not immediately addressed? Is the White House being transparent about that if that was already known and not discussed?
So, first batch comes out November, second batch gets discovered in December, and we don't hear it until January fucking, 11th, 10th? Why? That's a question that everybody should be asking. Why the fuck do you keep hiding shit from the American people to protect this puppet fucking president? He is horrible. You all know it. Everybody on both sides knows it. And you're putting party over country. Invoke the 25th Amendment or impeach him. That's the right thing to do. That's what our founders would have done. Our founders probably would have had him strung up already. But we live in a different time. Invoke the 25th or impeach him. He is not fit to run this country. By his son's laptop alone, he should not be the president. And everybody hated Trump and everybody wanted him out of office because of their fucking feelings. Nobody on our side cares about feelings. We care about facts. The facts are there is enough evidence to show that Joe Biden is compromised with foreign leaders. The same think tank, the UPenn whatever, has gotten $54 million donated to it by China. $54 million to that think tank where those top secret classified documents were being stored. Impeach him now. That's it. There is nothing else that you need. But we have so much more. We have 10% for the big guy. We have the Hunter Biden laptop. We have the Burisma deal where he fired a prosecutor looking into his son. Threatened $1 billion of taxpayer money. On camera. Fucking admitted it. The guy's not smart. He doesn't know how to shut up. He's so cocky. He just says shit. Which is great. But they're protecting him so much and putting party over country that we literally have a corrupt puppet president who is only in office because they have so much on him. And then he knows he can't talk shit. He can't say anything back to the people that are actually controlling him. He's literally reading off a fucking card. Both of those interviews had the exact same shit on him. He goes, as I said earlier, they turn him in immediately. That's good, right? No, dude. Once again, you shouldn't have fucking had those documents at all. It's insane. It's really fucking insane how people just aren't seeing this.
So you said transparent. I want to say that we have been transparent here. That is.
Once again, he just proved to you that you are not being transparent because it's January 12th and you found this shit out in November and December. That's not transparent.
Why? The minute that his lawyers found those documents, they reported it. They reached out to the archives and
So you're transparent with the archives, just not the press or the American people. So you want a fucking participation trophy or what?
Department of Justice, and they did that voluntarily, and they were not compelled to do it. They did it voluntarily.
Yes, they were. Oh my God. Yes, they were. They were compelled by the law. When those lawyers found those documents, they were compelled to turn them over immediately. And the fact that you just said they were not compelled, they did it, like you're doing us a favor by not committing espionage? Like, I mean, we could have gone to, Joe Biden first and asked him if he wanted us to. Like, because he's a fucking dictator. But no, dude, the fact that she just said that with a straight face, I think it was a Freudian slip where she was just like, yeah, well, like, we told them right away. They didn't have to. Yes, they fucking did. Yes, they did. If they didn't, that's treason, or at least espionage. I mean, which I think is treason. I think they're both the same thing. But anyway, I mean, the bottom line is everybody's talking about the hypocrisy and the double standard. And it's like, dude, who gives a fuck about what Trump did? Right? I know I talk about it too, but I'm saying this, you don't need to compare this to anything. We don't need to compare this to a fucking thing. Trump has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that they found top secret classified documents in Joe Biden's home and office and a room next to the garage. That's it. Game over. Sorry. And when people talk about like how it was an accident, we think that these were inadvertently misplaced. It was just an accident. It doesn't fucking matter. The act of espionage is mishandling classified documents. Who was in that garage? Was Hunter Biden in that garage? Like, who had access to this closet? How many people could have walked in and out of there? Like, 2 people at the think tank could have been banging in that room and just knocked a fucking batch of top secret documents over and just read them. And it's like, oh, look, we just figured out who killed JFK. Like, I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Inadvertently misplaced doesn't really fucking fly here. Those are top secret classified documents. You know what was never misplaced? If we're going to go down this route of talking about Trump and the whataboutism and the double standard and the hypocrisy, Trump's documents were never misplaced. He took them from one place to another and he locked them the fuck up and he told everybody where they were. He's like, yeah, they're right here. Come get them if you want them. We'll give them to you. Never. They were never inadvertently misplaced. So that's why, like, when you see people say that it's a completely different situation than Trump, you're absolutely fucking right. It's way worse. It's not better. It's way worse. Trump took documents and put them in a fucking skiff. That's where you read top secret documents. Joe Biden put them in a fucking garage. In a garage. Like, I mean, you can see the fucking picture. Here, let's go ahead and fucking pull up the picture. It's insane. It's crazy. Like, this is what we're looking at here. Look. There's the Corvette. This is from a political ad, right? And inside that bubble is a stack of papers in a box, which was exactly what the FBI described as where the documents were. Next to the Corvette, in a box, stack of papers. That's not a fucking skiff. That's not a room with a lock on it. That door is wide open right now. Somebody can hop that fence, they can break into your fucking garage, and they can read top secret classified documents. Now, I've already heard that the documents were about Ukraine and China and all this shit. Once again, doesn't fucking matter. We need to break this down to bare bones. Joe Biden had top secret classified documents that he shouldn't have had. That's all. Game over. Impeach him. All right. Well, that's the episode. Hope everybody had a good time. Looks based on the chat, I think there's like one person in here, but I don't give a shit. I do this for fun and not see how many people come in and say hi to me. Anyway, love y'all. See you later.